Shut up! You right there, you. I'm looking at you, you fucking fat piece of shit. Get your shit together, motherfucker. Wake up, run 5 miles every morning to 4. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot.
Oh my God, I do kind of look like Fred Durst with this hat, don't I?
No, you're completely Fred. You've gone full Fred. Yeah!
I've worn a hat backwards my whole life.
It's Cincinnati, the girls call me daddy. Yeah.
With me, as always, is Garth.
Hey!
Hey, today is our death pool episode.
True.
Even though it's March, it doesn't really matter because anybody that had their pools in before.
Yeah, we already got one person on.
count.
Someone had Gene Hackman, so someone's already on the board.
With 5 points?
Yeah, 5 points. Did you hear about that death?
Yeah.
That's even getting weirder, right? So
See, we were having this talk last night about it.
Okay. To explain to people that don't know, Gene Hackman, Gene Hackman's wife, and Gene Hackman's one of his 3 dogs were all found dead together. And they didn't really know, how this happened. 3 different dead people in different rooms, seems like different reasons, everything else. Everybody there was a bunch, first everybody thought gas leak, which makes sense. And they said, no fucking gas leak. And then everybody thought that Gene Hackman died because he was 95 and he was fucking old as shit. And then the lady got depressed, took some pills and killed herself.
That also
and then the dog ate the pills. That was I always, for one thing,
the dog was in a kennel.
I always thought that was bullshit, the dog eating the pills, because I've dropped all sorts of pills. My dogs have no interest in pills. They don't have a smell. They don't have
you got to wrap it in roast beef and shit like that.
Yeah. Dogs don't want to take pills. So I never really thought that was the case, but who knew? And then it turns out that the lady had some kind of sickness that I don't understand what it is.
The sickness is caused by, and it's basically a sense from the dog. It's passed on from animals to people.
Okay.
And basically, they say the dog got it from eating excrement from rodents.
Okay, so the dog eats rat shit.
Yeah, it was passed on to her.
Okay.
And apparently the symptoms come across as a bad flu.
So she had rat shit flu.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Okay.
It's an animal to people because you can't pass it from person to person.
And she didn't bother going to the doctor? She just sat there and died?
I mean, think about it. When you're sick with like the flu, do you always go to the doctor? I don't.
No, not necessarily. But I feel like if I'm close to death, I feel like there's a different feeling to that. I don't know.
According to what the medical examiner said last night, and I watched it, it just feels like you got the flu. And then you stop breathing. She was just walking around. The medicine was thyroid medicine, so it was nothing. Mm-hmm. She was just taking her everyday pills.
Yeah.
And just, I guess it just stops your breathing one day.
Huh. Yeah, well, okay. So the bitch dies, and then 10 days later, Hackman died. A week later?
Yeah.
A week later, Hackman dies. Now, Hackman was apparently late stage dementia, so he probably didn't even know.
And that was my whole question.
Yeah.
Because Nate said he had dementia and all that, and I was sitting there going, wait, I just watched a video of him like a week earlier, driving around town, shopping, getting a cheeseburger.
Driving?
Yeah, he was driving.
Dementia?
But I guess what they're saying now is that video was months and months old.
He was in Pleasantville. Look, Mom, there's a colored.
But he had a heart attack.
Is that how he ended up dying?
It was coronary artery disease.
Yeah. He was dying anyways.
As natural.
Yeah, maybe he couldn't. Who knows? And then I think the dog just died from starvation and dehydration, right? Just from...
The dog had the same shit that she had.
Oh, well, yeah, but it had recently been to the doctor, apparently, I think, to address it or whatever. And it was in recovery, and it died. You stick a dog that's recovering from a sickness in a kennel and not feed it for water for 10 days, it might die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other 2 dogs were alive, apparently. And, but yeah, crazy, dude.
Insane.
Just imagine going there too. You're just checking, a welfare visit, and you have to find mummified Gene Hackman and his fucking mummified wife.
And that's the weirdest thing to me. It's what I was talking about. I was like, so he walked around the house for a week, stepped over his wife, who was decomposing.
Yeah, I thought dementia. I know you're losing a little bit, but I thought you had you had bouts of being there. You know
it was Alzheimer's.
Yeah, well, it was late stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
Alzheimer's and dementia are the same thing, right?
I think Alzheimer's is worse.
Is it? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Alzheimer's is dementia. You might see weird shit and say weird shit, but with Alzheimer's, you don't know who.
I thought dementia basically just means you have no fucking clue anymore, and I thought that was just a side effect of Alzheimer's. But
Alzheimer's
I don't
has
know.
health issues too.
I can't even say that word still. So what am I?
I've never heard of anybody dying of dementia, but you can die from Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I've read that too.
So I guess he just kind of stepped over, and he was in the kitchen, and okay, Hart's time to go, and he went.
Well, Gene Hackman, he put someone on the board. So, there is that. And I will say right off the bat, We'll get to it. We want to get right into the death pool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's kick it off, guys.
Well, we're gonna make the rules.
Well, first we're gonna.
Someone's gonna die. Who will it be? We don't know, so we gotta keep score for a whole year, and then I hope you die, so I can win a cheap bottle of liquor and get real drunk.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
We
It's
do
the
have to change
celebrity
that song,
death
though.
pool. Why?
Because you get the promise of a cheap bottle of liquor. I'm yet to receive.
I will
my
get your
liquor.
bottle of liquor. Actually,
I
I
am
was
yet to receive.
You're
my
right.
liquor.
You're right. And I actually was going to go buy it last night so I could give it to you on the show as part of this, and then I totally forgot. So I promise I actually have the money right now, so I will get the bottle right now. But
Have you decided what it's going to be?
You just told me vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go in and get a bottle of vodka that's within.
So you're always been real good at picking out vodkas because you pick out the ones with the cool bottles, or
Oh, I'm going to definitely get something that's not. I'm not buying you a brand a normal brand. I'll definitely get something.
The Monkey Head vodka that you brought was
usually
really cool.
it's shit vodka, but it has cool things.
Vodka's vodka.
Vodka is vodka.
The only difference between good vodka and bad vodka is how many times they filter it.
Yeah.
That's it. The ingredients are the same. So you buy a $100 bottle of vodka, it was just filtered 100 more times because apparently vodka can give you the worst hangover of any alcohol.
Oh yeah.
So the more you filter it,
That's surprising because it seems to be an alcoholic's go-to.
yeah,
Like that's like the last
because it
step.
doesn't have any taste.
That's like the last step of alcoholism usually. You know what I mean? Like people get into beer shots and then they maybe get into some bourbons or whiskeys. But when they get older and they're in the throes of their alcoholism, it's usually just vodka. They got vodka hidden behind bathtubs.
There's a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah.
It's odorless. It's basically tasteless.
People say odorless. I can smell vodka on it. I remember when we went.
Well, it smells like rubbing alcohol. But the main thing about vodka and alcoholics, you can buy the giant bottles for like $7.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's what we used to steal those when I was a kid back in high school. And I remember before school, when it was 7 in the fucking morning, and I had I didn't do it, but 3 of my friends split one of those big jugs of vodka before they went into school. And they did that
They drank it all?
Yeah, dude. There's some serious drinking back in the day. And yeah, drank the whole, they were shit can. They're coming into, we had like a fucking, a pep rally or one of those kind of things in them. It wasn't a pep rally, but it was one of those things everybody had to go into
An assembly?
assembly. That's what it was. And we all get in there and it's our group of friends and 3 of them are just shit canned. And they're, keep on, it's fine. You can't smell. Meanwhile, the whole fucking section smelled like alcohol. You can smell the shit. You might be able not to smell it in a bar because but if you get it out of its zone, it's like a cigarette. You know what I mean? You smoke a cigarette and then you go to a place that no cigarettes are smoked. Everybody's looking at you.
Well, but the thing about vodka, you put juice in it or something like that, and it really doesn't taste bad.
Well, they got suspended.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
It didn't go well. 2 of those 3 are dead. That'll tell you.
I do like vodka.
Don't get drunk at school, you'll die. All right, so Celebrity Death Pool 2025 will start now. It started as soon as you turned your entries in. But the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, is you give 10 celebrities that you think are going to die this year. All right? How you get points is you take 100 minus the age of the celebrities when he died or she died. So let's say Bruce Willis died. He's 69 years old. You will get 31 points for Bruce Willis' death. We added up, keep a tally to the end of the year. Last year, Chris won. I've won in the past. Daddy White has won 2 times. This is our 5th year of the death pool.
How many points did I have last year? Did I have 2 deaths or 3?
You had 2 or 3. Toby Keith is what really won last year for you because there's some, like everybody last year had Shannon Doherty, whatever her fucking name was, and she finally croaked. I mean, we've been putting her on the list for years now. People have been, and she finally croaked, and there was like 4 or 5
I had
people.
her.
This year, we got repeats, obviously. I think the most is 4. We'll get into that. But either way, so we add up all the points at the end of the year. If you win, we're gonna buy you a bottle of whatever liquor you want that costs under $40, or an ounce of weed.
Yes.
If you're a pothead and you don't like doing the drinking, we will buy you some marijuanas so you can smoke those up. I know that's what Hairless Girl was excited about.
Marijuana?
The marijuana. I'm obviously going to pick the marijuana.
Right.
There might be a few others. I'm not sure.
And it's good, decent marijuana. We're not going to buy you a bag of stems.
No, you ain't getting that Mexican downtown brown, but they don't really got that anymore anyways. At least I can't find it. So, all right. So let's get straight into the death pool, and we're going to start out like we always do with me and Chris. I think I am up first. All right. Number 1 on my death pool, and he's on 2 different people's death pools, I believe.
Dave Coulier?
Dave Coulier. Now, for you guys that don't know who the fuck that is, like probably most people don't know who it is because
He was the unknown one on Full House.
yeah, like
right?
he was supposed to be a comedian, right?
Yeah.
What was his name on Full House?
I don't know, but he
Wasn't
was
Jesse.
He did impressions.
Yeah, he had the little beaver.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And he, the cut it outs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He was a dork.
Yeah,
He was a
big
dork, but he was supposed to be funny. Either way, he has non-Hodgkin lymphoma. He's dying. He is 65 years old. 2 of us have him. Me and Jimmy, I believe, have him. And he's gone, man. What was his name? Dave? Was it Uncle Dave?
No.
What the fuck was his name? That's actually going to bother me now that I don't remember his name. You know what he's actually, in my head, famous for besides Full House?
What's that?
He is the reason why Alanis Morissette wrote all those songs in that first album of hers.
That was her boyfriend?
That was her boyfriend, and I think she was underage, and I think he was like 35. She was like 16 or something. But yeah, go down on a theater. She was blowing the fucking dude from Full House in a theater. That's what that whole fucking album's about.
Uncle Joey.
Uncle Joey. She was blowing Uncle Joey in a theater and then wrote a song about it, and now Alanis Morissette is famous.
And then she wrote songs when Ryan Reynolds dumped her.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds dumped her
Did he
after
dump her
that.
too?
Matter of fact, when I was married, my ex-wife wanted to see Alanis Morissette.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to go see her. I remember the show. It was Jason Mraz was the opening act.
I don't hate him.
No, I like him.
I don't hate her, really.
No, it was a good show.
Yeah, whatever.
It was actually kind of funny because Taylor Hawkins was with her at the time.
Yeah, he was her. That's where he started, was her drummer.
And they had just got engaged, her and Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, when you meet the perfect guy, and it was all the girls screaming, "Oh, you got a guy, you get married," and then like literally a month later, she was writing shitty songs again because he dumped her.
Well, of course, man, and especially when he got that Deadpool money. Now he only goes top notch. He's with Blake Lively now.
Married, long time.
But
Blake Lively's much hotter than Alanis Morissette, and
yeah.
now Alanis Morissette's still touring, little chubby.
Well, not only that, but Alanis Morissette, I believe, is a lot older than Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, much.
That was like he probably was crushing on her when he was 13, and she came out, looking sexy, and then he finally got old enough and famous enough to bang it, and then he's like, well, I don't really want to get you with a chick 20 years older than me when I can get any pussy in the world.
And a month later, when a couple like Waiting came out and all that, he was literally getting anything he wanted.
Yeah, of course. That guy's had an open,
like the best looking dude on the planet.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
with a great personality.
Yeah.
That guy's he's getting it. All right, my number 2 is going to be Phil Robertson. He is that old fuck from Duck Dynasty. He's 78. He has Alzheimer's. He has incurable blood cancer. He should be out of here soon, which we're not missing out on anything. Fuck that guy. Third was going to be Elton John. Elton John's 77 now. He's lost his eyesight. He's out of music. He has no reason to live. He's been chubby. He did a lot of cocaine back in his day. He can't last forever. All right. I like Elton John. Great songs. It's time, buddy. It's that. I can't wait to the tribute show. All right. Next up is going to be Ozzy. Ozzy's been on this list by lots of people over the years.
Mid 80s?
He's on 2 of them. He's only 76. He's actually younger than Elton John.
Wow.
But come on, right? He has to be gone.
Well, all I know is at my house, I still have 2 tickets for a show at Riverbend that's been rescheduled 5 times.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
I never turned the money back. I didn't want the money back because he was good seats. And I'm like, if he ever does come back, I want these seats.
It's like seeing Justin Timberlake up in Columbus. It just ain't going to happen for you, apparently. Apparently, he's out there getting
Ronnie
shit-canned.
Carter, he said he had the flu.
I bet you was getting shit canned. He also said he was getting sick when he was fucking got that DUI and stuff. He's had alcohol problems for a while.
Yeah, but see, you think that his ploy after that? Because he canceled the next few shows after that.
I think that was his last show or something.
Oh, it was?
I think it was the last show of the tour. But either way, who gives a shit? That's what you get for going to see Justin Timberlake, Ronnie. You fucking queer. And then
I'd go see him.
I'm just joking.
I think he put on a great show.
My next one is, and this one surprised me on the age. I thought he was older. Vladimir Putin, 72 years old. I honestly thought he was older because I remember when I was when I thought about this, I remember everybody thought he was getting into Ukraine and the world domination thing because he was about to die and he wanted his names to be in the history books and shit like that.
I still think that's the case.
But he still looks kind of healthy.
Yeah.
He's not that old. He's KGB badass dude. You know, it's not like he's ever been out of shape or anything. So I could be wrong on this. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Fuck Putin. But all right, my next three are all wrestlers. Mongo McMichael, which I'm going again this year. I had him on last year. He is 67 years old. He has ALS. He's been about to die now for a little while. Next, we got Ric Flair. Three people have Ric Flair.
If he dies, will you say it?
What?
Woo!
I'm not very good at that.
Because you got points.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not a Ric Flair fan anyways.
Yeah.
All right, I've always thought Ric Flair as a wrestler was kind of boring to watch. As an entertainer, he was always good. But then the older you get, the more you hear about that guy. He's kind of an awful human. So
there's a lot of those guys that were awful.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But he's kind of more awful than the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a guy that was constantly getting girls in corners and trying to just pull his dick out and rubbing on them and stuff. He was very aggressive that way. His kids don't like him.
But back then, you didn't cop a rape charge.
No.
Don't do that shit, man.
That's Rick. Rick shows his dick to everyone. Apparently, Rick has a soldier, too. So, I mean,
does he?
Yeah, rarely Rick's packing. And usually they are. Usually you're not flinging it around if you don't got anything there.
Yeah. Well, Brett Favre did.
He wasn't flinging it around.
He got a little dick.
Yeah, but he wasn't throwing it around. He showed it to a girl. Bad move, Brett. But either way.
Hey, Brett. A little advice for Brett Favre, by the way. If you're going to send a dick pic to a girl, and you have a shower, not a grower, or a grower, not a shower, get it hard first.
Something. Do something. Jesus
Don't send
Christ.
her one that's sitting on your nuts like a fucking frog on a flat rock.
All right, next up is Abdullah the Butcher. He's a old school wrestler, 84 years old. He's been fat forever. You can't be 84 and fat, I tell you. I don't know how he's lasted this long. This guy's got big fucking indentions in his forehead from where he's got all fucked up over the years in wrestling.
Really?
He is crazy looking. He should be out of there. Next up, Pope Francis. Pope Francis looks like he's about to go, right?
He's in his 90s.
He's 88. And we're not getting many points on some of these, all right? I'm looking, this year I went a little bit different.
Yeah,
I'm looking for getting close. I think my youngest person is my next one. Only 13 years old. Larry. That's CM Punk's dog.
Now, how do we decide we were doing dogs?
You brought
Dog
it up.
years.
You brought it up and you said it works.
91 then.
How do you know how old he is?
Well, how old did you say he was?
You're right.
That'd be 91.
Yeah, he's 91.
Because you said he was 13.
He's
so
13.
You'll get 9
I'll
points.
get 9 points. Yeah, but still, CM Punk's dog Larry is on my list. And how could you not have Larry on the list? Look at this guy. He's not living long, right? Look at Larry. Larry's about to go.
He could just be one of those like ugly dogs. Like that ugliest dog in the world. It's been alive for fucking years.
But he's 13 and he looks like that. Dude, that dog's dying.
My dog lived to 20.
Looking like that?
Worse.
Worse. Well, shit. This might be a bad pick then. Phil Collins was my one if you said I couldn't do the dog. But we're keeping the dog.
Okay,
all right?
keep the dog.
But we will do dog years. So I have to do 13 times 7 to get his actual age. And that's
so you get 9 points for Larry's
So I
dog.
get 9 points when Larry bites the big one this year. And I'm looking forward to it. Sorry, Mr. Punk, but your dog's got to die in order for me to get points this year.
But see, dogs are tricky.
Why?
Because does anybody truly know your dog's birthday?
Within a couple months usually, but the actual day.
Yeah.
Unless you were the person
If you
that
know
bred
the
them.
actual day of your dog's birthday, something's fucking wrong with you.
Or you bred the dog. I mean, if it's like
but
your
still,
dog
would
had
you remember
puppies-
that exact day?
Yeah. I remember. Because I remember
Fucking dog.
I remember the fake days we give my dog birthdays.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, September 1st for Woofy, Thanksgiving for Duke. Like, I still remember my last dog's birthday. Well, the birthday I gave him, September 11th. Never forget. And then I forget the other ones. But yeah, I remember dogs' birthdays usually. We usually celebrate them at my house.
I'm not that guy.
They get whipped cream cakes.
See, I'm the guy. I love my pets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the guy who is that guy.
I'm that guy.
If my dog died, I might put one Facebook post, hey, you were a good boy. Rest easy.
You're a good boy.
But, to give me 80 pictures to look at of your dog through stages in life, pictures of your dog in a sweater or a funny Halloween costume, I am not that fucking guy.
I'm kind of that guy. I'm not going to give you 80 pictures, but yeah,
I am not that fucking guy.
I will leave a nice.
I'm sad when they die. Oh, it sucks. He was a good dog.
I'll leave a nice obituary. I'll be devastated for a week. We'll move on. But still,
Well, I mean, I believe that, pets are part of the family. I believe all that. But when it all comes down to it, it was a fucking dog. Okay?
Yeah.
People that go into fucking mourning for 8 months because they lost their fucking Rover. Come on, man. You got serious fucking issues.
Forgot your fucking Rover.
Yeah, you got issues.
I've never met a Rover. All these dogs I've seen over the years, not one Rover. We're missing out here.
Or Spot?
I think I've met a Spot.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's my list now.
Your list about
And
that.
I'm going to
Let
explain.
Let me explain real quick.
Okay.
I'm giving you guys a break this year. All right. I'm giving you a little bit of a break because I have a little tinge of I don't want to be that guy. All right. I had 9 people on my list. I hadn't completed the list, and I've always said that I'll complete the list and email it to myself just so it's time stamped, so I can prove that I did it.
Yeah.
I did not do that because I didn't have the 10th person down still. I had David Johansen on my list though. He died a week ago.
Buster Poindexter?
Is that what he goes by? I don't know.
After he left the New York Dolls, he started acting as Buster Poindexter.
Yeah. I know him as the New York Dolls guy. Either way, I had him on my list. He died last week, but since I didn't actually turn it in, I'm not going to count the points. I don't want people to go, "You're fixing it." Yeah. You know what I mean? Even though who gives a
Admirable.
shit?
Admirable.
I'm not that guy. I don't want to be that guy. A couple years ago, I had Meatloaf, and I had him on the list before we did it, but I had that email to prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had nothing to prove it. So without proof, even though I promise I had him on there, without proof, I'm not going to count the points. I might lose an ounce of weed off this, but you know,
might.
I am just a good person. That's all I'm really trying to say, guys. Is hey, you want to buy a car from me? Come see me. Mike Castrucci
in Milford.
All right, here we go.
All right, my list. Now, here's the deal. I am not the guy. I won last year. And yeah, I know offhand that several of these people are sick, but I don't do research into people that have chronic illnesses and stuff. I look at people and I get a feel.
Yeah.
Now, a couple of them you'll see on my list that are obviously sick.
And we can't doubt you anymore. You have a
I have
victory.
one.
You
Yeah.
have a victory. You have as many victories as I. You're not the angel of death yet, like Daddy White.
No, like Daddy White. Yeah, it used
but-
to be Daddy White. If you put your name on the list, you were dying.
Yeah. 2 years in a row, Daddy White owned this shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't even fair.
But I don't do the research thing. I have a feeling about this. Now, you will notice on my list that a couple people are sick, but that's worldwide news.
I will notice you're stuck on a couple people dying that I don't think are
and I'm
anywhere
gonna
close
start
to
my
dying.
list with number 1, Macaulay Culkin.
That's when you're stuck on.
I'm stuck on him, first of all, because he's real young. He's in his 40s.
Yeah. Me and Macaulay Culkin, same age.
When Macaulay Culkin got older and he wasn't cute anymore and he wasn't doing cute movies like he did when he was a kid, he formed this underground weirdo rock band, and now he's off of the drugs and he's back to normal, and he's married and he's got kids and he's a normal looking
Seems
guy.
like a dude.
Ugly dude, yeah.
Well, I don't know about ugly, but he's just normal.
These are exactly the kind of people that relapse, and when they relapse,
They go
They
hard.
relapse hard.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
And the thing about relapsing too, especially nowadays.
Like, let's say his
with
wife
fentanyls.
said, "I'm leaving."
Yeah.
He's turning straight to the fucking drugs again, dude.
You think?
And he's going to take more than he should. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not wishing this on him, but I'm saying you see it all the time. Oh, yeah, I thought he was better. Everything was going so good for him, and then he just did it again. That's what I see when I see Macaulay Culkin.
I think that movie's going to come to life, and he's going to get stung by bees and die.
My Girl?
Yeah, I think that's actually what's happened. That was actually a glimpse into the future. 40 years down the line, Macaulay Culkin's going to be mowing his grass, come across a bee's nest, and he's fucking out of here.
Thomas J.
Yeah, so
That was his name. All right, my number 2, Joy Behar.
I was, the most surprising thing with Behar,
What?
she's 82.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know she was that old.
She's my older one.
Yeah.
Here's the reason that I think that she might go. She's a bitch.
Yeah, you don't like her. I think that's the
I
main
don't
reason.
like her. I still don't wish death upon her, but she pisses off everybody that crosses her path.
Does she? I don't
Everybody.
She pisses off every Republican.
And the worst part about it, well, not just a Republican, the worst part about it is she's like Whoopi. She spouts out things as fact that indeed are not fact.
I think Whoopi's a little smarter, but yes,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like, she's a dumber version of Whoopi.
Yeah,
Whoopi's
and
not.
she'll say the numbers here are for this are this, and then if you look it up on any reputable site, she's not even close to the actual numbers.
You know who she reminds me of? He don't have his own show, but I mean, if he did have his own show, Tom Stanforth, because she'll read anything on the internet and just believe it, but she has a gigantic platform,
a giant platform, and you see her sometimes when she pisses off guests, they look at her like, "You fucking cunt, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about." Well, I think someone's going to accidentally hit her with their car or do something. Joy Behar's on my list.
You think she's going to be taken out by a Chevy?
I don't know. Maybe it was purchased at Mike Kester's.
But I know if you need a new one, come see me in Milford. All right.
Number 3, Corey Feldman. Now, here's the deal with Corey Feldman. I liked a lot of his movies. Mm-hmm. Funny guy.
Was he funny? I never really thought
Stand By Me, he was funny.
I never really thought Corey Feldman is a funny person, but I thought he was a good actor as a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Stand By Me was a good movie. Lost Boys, he was good in that. Mm-hmm. And then when he decided he was going to be a singer, and then it was just like, now you're ramming it down my throat how bad the guy is. He's fucking horrible.
He's making money, that's why.
He's making money.
I mean, it's the thing
but does he actually believe
I don't know.
that he's talented?
I don't know.
Because he's not.
No.
He can't sing.
No.
He dances like a white guy trying to dance like Michael Jackson.
He's an ironic act, and sometimes you wonder if those kind of acts know that the people aren't there because they like him. They're there to laugh at him and go, ha, look, Corey Feldman
Some people
sucks.
like him, but he does suck.
No one likes
him.
him.
I like watching the Corey Feldman gag
him.
reels where he's on there and he's trying to be a rock star and he steps too close to the mic and knocks his tooth out with the fucking mic. Stuff like that. But here's the deal.
No one likes
I think eventually someone that's more unstable than I am is going to go, I am sick and fucking tired of seeing your shirtless face doing a horrible guitar solo. Here, take that.
He's 53. So 47 points.
I'll take the 47.
47 points when some fucking Ron shoots him in the face because he hates a solo.
Or somebody that really loves Corey Feldman and is honest with him, that he, maybe a confidant, is going to finally say, hey, Corey, you know this has all been a real joke, right? You suck at this. You're not good.
Maybe like a Stand By Me rapist who just goes through and fucks every member of Stand By Me's cast until they're dead.
Possibly. But another thing is,
Definitely.
he is putting people's names out there, famous people, powerful people who supposedly raped Corey Haim and did all this stuff. Someone's going to say, hey, you know what? You're becoming a real thorn in my fucking side, dude.
Well, there's a bunch of them. All right, your next one.
Bruce Willis. Love the dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the dude. We met him. We, blah, blah, blah. We dealt to him. Cool, laid back dude. But he seems to be fucking dropping pretty fast.
Really? Every picture I see of him just still looks like an old version of Bruce Willis. But when we seen him at the casino, he looks like an old person. So it's like the pictures just really represent what he actually looks like. And we're used to seeing Bruce Willis dressed up for the red carpet or seeing him in the movies. But really, he looks like a frail old man. And he still looks like a frail old man.
But I did look up
picture where he didn't have a
disease
tooth
he has, and it literally can progress very fast.
Oh, no, for
sure. To the
sure.
point where you literally don't know anything.
I considered it, but I don't know. I don't like hopping on these, and I missed out last year by not doing that and not getting on the Shannon Doherty thing. So maybe I'm fucking up.
Michael J. Fox.
You've had him on here for a while, too.
I've had him on here for a while. I think he's definitely lived past the time that he was supposed to. Mm-hmm. I've had a relative die of Parkinson's, and it went relatively quick. He's had it for years and years and years. And all the money in the world and all the best doctors in the world aren't going to keep you alive forever.
No, I don't understand how that one works. Like Parkinson's is different than ALS. Like ALS, like you had people like Hawkins that lived forever with it. You know what I mean? But Parkinson's, I don't know. What is the usual?
But we have a friend who died of ALS in 2 years?
Exactly. And that's my mom's friend just died of ALS within 2 years too.
And you're hearing more and more people dying of ALS. There was like an athlete or something that died just a little while ago from ALS. But Parkinson's, like I said, I personally have an old relative that died from it, and it wasn't pretty, and it was pretty quick.
It looks like Mike Tyson's got some Parkinson's going on.
He's got something going on. He's a weird dude.
Well, besides that, he's always been a weird dude.
David Coverdale.
David Coverdale, for you that don't know him, he was in Deep Purple, among other things.
Lead singer of Whitesnake.
Oh, Whitesnake.
As a rock star, love Coverdale. I think he's got one of the coolest classic rock voices of all time.
Hey, Here We Go Again is one of the greatest songs.
In the Still of the Night, dude. Who could hit those notes?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm not a Still of the Night guy, but Here I Go Again on My Own is one of the greatest songs ever.
Yeah, and just he's got that classic 80s, 70s fucking rock voice where, he hits the cool notes. Cool dude. But I picked him because of the same exact reason I picked Toby Keith. I was watching TV.
He's got cancer?
No, it wasn't because of cancer. I watched TV and he was doing an interview and he just didn't look good. He looked like I saw him 3 years ago and he looks 20 years older than he did 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I just said, okay, I'm putting him on the list because it worked for me for Toby Keith. Now, I knew Toby Keith had cancer, but David Coverdale is aging as fast as Toby Keith was.
Gotcha.
Next, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is one of the guys that everybody knows is sick.
Yeah, we have 3 people with him.
Sick guy.
We only got 10 lists this year, by the way, guys. It's not we had 15 last year. I think this is the least amount we've had since the first year.
I think some people are starting to feel creeped out by it.
Well, fine. But, so when we say we have 3 people with this, that's 30% of our people, and the winner is 40%.
Well, Kareem's what, 70?
Kareem is 77. I believe he does have some kind of cancer or something.
And
he's still going to games.
Generally, really, really tall people like that have a lot of health
very
issues.
Rarely does a tall person like that. But he's
bone issues.
He's been a health guy for his whole life, basically. He was like a yoga guy before yoga was a thing, shit like that. So, maybe he lives. That's probably why he's made it to 77, though.
Yeah.
It's 77 still old. Next up,
Selena Gomez.
I think you got the wrong.
No, you were wanting me to pick.
I wasn't wanting. I just figured you would pick Ariana Grande, but
Ariana Grande. No, actually, the one that you really should pick is Demi Lovato. She has known health issues. Ariana Grande's just really skinny all of a sudden.
Yeah, she might die. But a strong wind might kill her.
Yeah.
So,
Selena Gomez, when she was younger, real hot. Yeah. Now, she just looks like something's wrong.
I don't know. I still find her attractive.
She's attractive.
She's with that weird guy.
But I just look at her like something's wrong. She doesn't appear to be a happy person. Her face has doubled in size.
She got a big face.
Yeah, and she just doesn't look like the old person, and I went with it. Jeff Ross.
You think she's drinking? Like, why's your face getting that big?
Her face is huge.
Yeah.
You see her on that Academy Awards, I think she was on. Her face was like this big.
Well, she's with that weird fucking guy. I don't know what his thing is, but I don't like him.
2 weird people dead in the apartment,
True.
Jeff Ross. This guy's a fucking dumpster fire, dude.
This one blows my mind that you keep on picking him because you keep on saying he gets fatter and fatter, and the exact opposite's going on. That guy's lost weight the last 3 years.
Gaining and losing weight like that, while you look like you're aging 3 years every year, something's wrong with you.
Well, he had cancer last year.
Oh, yeah.
He just recovered from cancer, so.
You recover from cancer temporarily.
And he had a horrible... That last roast they did was horrible, and they had some good comedians on it too. But it was like a roast of the year.
I saw that.
It was really bad, and he came on there, and it was like almost like he was saying goodbye. It was a very like somber Jeff Ross. He's talking about his recovery from cancer and blah blah blah, and it was like, it's like, man, you must have been closer to death than we thought you were. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he looks like a real unhealthy, just turd of a person, and that's why he's on my list.
I'm a Jeff Ross fan. I think he's funny at roast, probably not much else.
Nothing else.
But overall, he just seems like a fun dude. The dude's a giant pothead. Just all he does is just bust balls. I kind of like Jeff Ross. But
see, I like the busting balls thing. Mm-hmm. But he just, when he was younger doing the Pam Anderson roast and all that, he was thin. He was in the Friars Club, and now he just looks like he's just his life on the road and his drinking and his partying.
He's the king of the Friars Club, and he don't really go road much. He's actually not a touring comedian for the most part. But
well, no, because I don't think his stand-up would be funny.
That's what I mean. I don't think it's really a thing. He did the tour with David Tell a while back, the Two Mics tour, which basically is them doing crowd work and busting each other's balls. So that was kind of a different thing.
Yeah, and
that sold because you got David Tell for one thing, who, by the way, is not as big as you would think he would be. He still just plays comedy clubs.
I think he's hilarious.
He's actually here next week, I believe.
He's hilarious, and
just at the Funny Bone. He doesn't do theaters. It's always just.
He's like Stanhope. That's
his
what he
last
wants.
special, though, I didn't like that much when he's fucking playing the little horn. All right, next one.
Jim Kelly, growing up in the 80s, obviously a hero, one of the best quarterbacks that ever played the game.
If you're a big fan of second place guys, he was the man.
Are you a fan of Dan Marino? He wasn't walking around with 10 rings on his hand, but he was one of the best ever. John Elway.
Got 2.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is he's not Brady.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying Jim Kelly was the only dude to go to the fucking Super Bowl 4 years in a row and lose every single year. But he was the class of the AFC
Oh, he
for
was.
a long time.
He
yeah.
totally him and Marino.
But
they were there at the
he's
same
sick,
time.
right? He's been
Cancer.
sick for a while.
He had really bad cancer. And
Yeah.
he went aggressively at the radiation and the chemo, and it goes away and it goes into remission, but it always seems to come back. And eventually, at his age, what is he, 70 something?
Yeah, Jim Kelly's 65.
65.
Yeah.
So eventually, I mean, I saw him. The man can barely speak now.
Yeah.
His
Now,
words
I know he's in bad shape.
Yeah,
And
so-
it is a shame because I did.
it would suck, but I put him on there.
All right, let's go to our next death pool contestant. It is going to be Shingo. Oh, I skipped one. All right, Shingo. He is Ghislaine
Ghislaine Maxwell. She'd have been dead by now.
That's kind of the way I'm feeling about her. She's 63. I feel like she'd be dead if she was going to be
Oh
dead.
yeah, I mean, how long did Epstein last? Seriously, when all the shit went
Like
down,
2 months.
2 months. And she had as much dirt on people as Epstein
If
does,
not more.
and she's fine.
Yeah, she is fine. I think she's made a deal with the devil. They're going to make sure she stays alive, as long as she just shuts the fuck up. And if she does eventually get out, she'll be given a kingdom for staying quiet kind of thing. But all right, next we got like Gary Busey. Gary Busey's 80 years old. He's looked like he's going to die for 20 years, but he's crazy as a fuck. He got in a motorcycle accident. He's a lunatic.
Serious brain damage.
Yeah, but he's still kicking, so whatever.
And
Right?
it's funny you say that because my
haven't
son,
seen him in a
my
while.
son, my 12-year-old, is just fucking.
Big Busey fan?
He laughs at him. He doesn't understand him.
Yeah.
Every time he comes on TV, he's like, "Dad, what's wrong with this guy?"
Brain damage, literally.
Yeah, the brain damage. And we're going to Gatlinburg in a couple of weeks, and he wants a new bathing suit for the pool. So we found this one where you can put any picture you want of your face or whoever's
He's
face.
going to go Gary Busey.
He wants Gary Busey.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's so funny because he even picked out one of the crazy pictures where he's going.
That's all of them.
Buttered sausage. That guy.
That's all of them now,
Yeah,
though. You can't
I
make a
know.
normal. And the most fucked up thing about Gary Busey, he was a great actor, right?
He was.
He was an up and coming great actor. He got into an accident. He got brain damage. He's all fucked up. Came out of it a completely different person, but still a great actor. He could still act. He
Yeah.
just looked crazy, so you had to give him specific roles.
Yeah, let's
But
talk
he was
about buttered
still,
sausage.
He was still a good actor even after the brain damage.
Yeah.
He couldn't do much else.
He's nuts.
But he kept that. So good for him. He's still kicking. Next up, we have Bam Margera. I spelled it wrong, but I'm going to blame that on Shingo. I spelled everything exactly how it was sent to me. I swear to God.
Yes,
I'm
Shingo,
blaming
there's
him.
an R in there. Margera.
But I could be wrong. I'm sure Shingo will prove me wrong.
Yeah, he's a hot mess. He's a drug addict. And
He's
an
been in and out.
alcoholic
Yeah, he's a bad drug addict. And I had him on my list last year. From everything I've seen, he's turned it around. But that guy's one fart away from a relapse at any point.
I think
so.
he is a stunt doing Artie Lang. Artie Lang should have been dead 10 years ago, dude.
Yeah, but I think Artie Lang has talent.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, health-wise,
Well, actually,
Artie Lang should have been dead. Same as Margera,
Bam
drugs and
Margera
alcohol.
had talent as a skateboarder.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a really legit good skateboarder, but outside of that, he don't really have any talent. He's not really that funny.
And when he decided to fucking put his whole career backing that horrible Finnish band, Him.
See, I thought him was all right, but not him. Him sucked.
Him sucked.
CKY was good, but
CKY is fine.
Yeah,
but Him was that band from Finland that that had a little pentagram.
They were awful.
They were awful.
My friend Chris, you fucking loser. He's got a Him tattoo on him, and I know he regrets it.
Because Bam's got one. He probably got it from Bam. Now, Steve-O did one kind of like it on his chest, but it says something funny on it.
Yeah, Steve-O is a joke.
Yeah.
Because that's Steve-O. That's what he does. All right, next up is going to be Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney's 84. Again, he's looked like he's going to die forever. He doesn't have a heart anymore. He's got he has no heartbeat.
He's a robot.
a robot. And robots can live forever. So Cheney might be around forever.
If you oil him and change the batteries.
I'm surprised Cheney's not getting back. Oh, never mind. His daughter got a little weird, so he can't. I was going to say, Cheney feels like he should be getting power back right now. You know what I mean? Like, his kind of people were kind of running shit
the
now.
man shot somebody in the head and he didn't face any charges for it at all.
All right. Taryn Manning is his next one. Taryn Manning is, I don't remember. Oh, she's from the Orange is the New Black show, a drug addict.
Okay.
46, does the drugs. Next, Val
Kilmer.
There we go.
Should have been dead a long time ago.
Should have been dead. I don't even think he has a jaw or a neck anymore. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's like a floating head. He's like Brain from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But the Navy needs Maverick. I need Maverick.
I haven't seen a good movie from him in a while.
He can't talk.
No, there was that one crazy movie.
But Was there? I mean, he's played some fucking ridiculously good roles. He was an awesome Jim Morrison.
He's a good actor.
And fucking Iceman, and then you got fucking Doc Holliday. Come on, dude was awesome.
No, he had his moment, and then he got cool, lost his neck. All right, next up, Hunter Biden. I don't know why we're thinking he's going to die.
Couldn't disagree more.
He seems to be in good health. The dude's out there smoking crack,
he's
banging
pardoned.
whores.
He's got no charges against him anymore. He's got millions of dollars.
He's living well, dude. He's just going to go retire, smoke
he's
crack.
safe.
Now, again, though, he enjoys smoking crack. And anyone that enjoys smoking crack is a heart attack away, you know?
And he does happen to have ties with some pretty seedy people.
Yeah, you never know.
That could turn on him
he
at
could
any
piss
time.
people off. We're going to need to get rid of him so we don't say something.
Yeah, he could get whacked.
We can frame this really easy because he's a crackhead. So when we just put a bunch of crack in the room, people are going to go, of course.
And his dad's not president anymore, so maybe we just don't need him anymore.
His dad doesn't know he's his dad anymore. All right?
But what I'm saying is, you didn't murder the president's son before, but now it's like, he's got a lot of dirt on us.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time.
I think you could get rid of Hunter without much of an issue going on, but who knows if it's going to happen. I think he lives forever. Tim Curry is next. He's 78. I believe he's been in the wheelchair for a long time. Is it ALS or he's got something?
He's got something. Dr. Frankenfurter.
He hasn't
from
looked good
Rocky
for
Horror
years.
Picture
He's been on this list for a few years from different people. Only one person this year though. Jack Osborne. Is Jack Osborne sick?
I don't think so.
He's 39.
He's weird.
He's weird. I mean, he's Ozzy's kid. How could you not been weird?
Yeah.
That's your parents. And
Ozzy's wife is probably the most normal mom-like person on the face of the earth.
Ozzy's wife is Satan. Behind the scenes, Sharon is
Sharon.
Sharon is a ruthless bitch from everything I've ever read about her. She is literally just a ruthless business bitch. And everything else. So,
she
I don't
seems
know.
like a mom. I'll say, but now, I just recently saw a picture of the daughter. Mm-hmm. I'd fuck her now.
She's gone a couple different ways now.
Yeah, but now the position she's in right now, I'd fuck her.
Oh, good for you.
I'll even let her, if it's part of the conditions of me fucking her, if I have to sit there and listen to her sing Papa Don't Preach, I will.
Oh, it's so bad.
Once.
No, she's not good. Yeah, not much time.
I'd fuck her now, though.
And last, he has Kareem, just like you had.
Okay.
All right, next we got the Angel of Death, Daddy White. All right, Daddy White.
Right off top.
Starting off with Donald J. Trump. I don't think Trump's going anywhere. He seems to be in good enough health. He has a new haircut. It looks hilarious. It's like a flat top.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he up to? I'm in the military now. I'm running stuff. But Trump's got a lot of people that hate him. A lot of powerful people. A lot of not powerful people.
4 months, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, if
one day somebody might do it that actually knows how to shoot.
Exactly. It's only a matter of time, I think, if he keeps on fucking up some stuff that, and not only that, but he's going after like CIAs and FBIs and stuff. Those are not really the kind of people you typically want to fuck with too much. They know things.
No, he definitely, you know what? That's really not a bad pick.
It's not.
Because he's pissing off people to unbelievable parallels.
I hate Donald Trump. I would hate to see him assassinated. I think that would set up civil war. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I would love for him to all of a sudden tomorrow go, I no longer want to be the president. That'd be awesome. It's not going to happen.
Or just hold our breath for 4 years till he's not anymore.
Or just him stop doing stupid shit. But either way, like, I don't want him to die though, and I definitely don't want him assassinated because I think that would be awful for this country.
It would make this country.
You know what I mean? I just don't want that
fucking battle zone.
But he's on Daddy White's list. So be careful, buddy, because Daddy White knows what he's doing with this shit. Next up, Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy, I believe, is in jail. I think he's in jail. Is he not in jail?
He didn't get prison. He got a mental hospital.
Okay, well, either way,
they declared him insane.
He's put away, and if I remember right, they were petitioning to get him out so he could die at home. So I think he is in bad health.
The hedgehog.
You know what? Ron Jeremy can die any moment. Apparently, he's a little rapey, too. I don't like that. But
a little rapey.
Yeah.
85 counts or something like that.
Rapey, a little rapey.
I just don't understand how. Why does a porn star rape people?
I don't know. And we all appreciated Ron Jeremy before that. You know
You're
what I mean?
being paid to fuck.
That guy.
But he was fucking like, hey, the fluffer. I want to fuck the fluffer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to fuck you. I'm a fluffer. Well, that's all right. I'm fucking you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So that we got an issue here where he's a piece of shit. And it sucks because he's a man that we should look up to. You know what I mean? The rest of us, big old doll on him, ugly dude, getting pussy way above his level for years and years and years.
The two best known.
But we can't look up to him because he's a piece of shit.
The two best known porn stars of all time, males, were Ron Jeremy and John Holmes. Mm-hmm. John Holmes died in prison of fucking AIDS for rape.
Yeah, see, not good. Not good. Maybe that fucking for a living is not good for you. Phil Robertson, he's got him, the Duck Dynasty guy, just like I had. Bobby Brown, 55. I haven't heard much about Bobby Brown in a while. I think he still shows up for those New Edition concerts every so often.
He does.
I don't know how he's looking.
Fat. He looks terrible.
No, yeah, but
because he's off the crack. But I saw an interview with him where they were talking about Bobby, Christina, and Whitney dying and all that. I'm at the point now, and I think he's a piece of shit. But I no longer think it was his fault.
Oh, Whitney?
Yeah,
I think Whitney was fucked up.
I think Whitney was wanting the drugs as much as he was. Now he may have introduced her to him.
He might have introduced her, yeah.
But I no longer think. Because everybody's like, oh, Whitney died. Fucking Bobby, you piece of shit. I don't think it's his fault anymore.
No, well, it was because everybody looked at her as this like innocent little girl.
And she was.
She was. But
I spent 2 hours with her.
Did you?
You didn't know that? I told you that story.
No, I think we've talked
when
about
I was security, I was
yeah.
doing concert security outside her.
But I think she had some demons that she was dealing with.
Without a doubt. And she went from nothing to the sweetheart of the world in like a year.
But Bobby Brown's always going to be the 1990s version of Ike Turner. That's how the rest of us are going to look at him.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Bobby Brown had some jams, but he's still alive.
He did.
All right, next up, this is on two people's list to kind of surprise me. I don't know anything's going on with her, but maybe Wendy Williams. She's 60.
The talk show host?
Yeah, she was fat, so maybe that's a thing.
Maybe.
I don't know if anything else is going on with her or not, but either way, she's 60 and she's on Daddy White's list, so I'm guessing she's fucking dying. Harvey Weinstein, next, Weinstein, whatever the fuck you
know
call
what the
that
funniest
dude.
thing about Weinstein is?
Yeah.
There's a blooper reel on fucking. He's the creepiest of all creeps. This guy, besides Epstein. Watching they have a blooper reel of all the Academy Awards shows and some of your favorite actors of all times, just thanking Harvey Weinstein for.
He's part of a lot of really good movies.
But I mean, Tom Hanks. Oh, I couldn't have done this without Harvey Weinstein. Morgan Freeman, Harvey Weinstein, and who would know he would turn out to be such a fucking creep.
But the thing is, according to everybody in Hollywood, they all knew the whole time.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's what Tarantino was saying. Is they there was always that floating around. They would always just say that's not the guy we knew. So we, but it was always one of those it was like the Cosby thing.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knew, but no one really said anything.
Yeah, because he's not doing it to me.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, Harvey is 73.
He's
maybe
a fat old man. He can go at any time.
Exactly. I thought the funniest thing he ever did was when he cummed on a plant or whatever they said he did. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I don't know what he's doing there, but all right. Next up, Emily Willis. This is a weird one, right? I never heard of this person.
I don't know.
So I looked at it. It's a porn star, right? Apparently is in a coma or a vegetable now from taking too much ketamine.
Really?
But the weird part about Emily Willis is no one knows how old. She's either 26 or 27, but I can't get a real age out of her.
Really?
And neither could Daddy White because he wrote 26,
hot?
27. I didn't see a picture, honestly, but I mean, she was a porn star, so I'm sure she was hot at one time.
Yeah.
But apparently she is a veggie now. She overdosed on ketamine, and that don't sound good.
No.
So maybe, that's a big one too. That's
a tranquilizer you give to a horse.
So do I give him 66 or 65 or 4 or whatever?
Let's go with
67.
Let's give him the benefit and give him the extra one.
Okay, you go with the younger one?
I would say.
Oh, that's nice of you. But that point comes back.
We're talking 1 year.
All right, next up is Osma al-Assad. I don't know the fuck that is, but I've looked it up, and it's a Syrian dictator who has leukemia, 50 years old. Ding, 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 ding. Gene Hackman on his list. 94 when I wrote it down, but he was 95, right, when it was all said and done?
95 when he died.
Yeah, so he's going to get 5 points. Daddy White is leading the game at 95.
Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould, who...
He's an actor. He was in MASH, dude. He was in all the Ocean's 11 movies. And
apparently an asshole, but he's old. He's 86.
Is he apparently an asshole?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him being an asshole over the years.
Been in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, but according to Daddy White, he's dead. So next up, we got our buddy Get Pussy. Get Pussy don't write us anymore. It's kind of a shame. He was a very big part of the first 75, 80 shows. And then he just, and I understand not writing every show, but why not like once a month? What's...
he keeps telling me every week.
That's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
And maybe he's trolling us at this point.
Maybe his girlfriend doesn't want him to.
You think so?
Maybe.
Well, we never say his name.
You know what's funny? When we did our last podcast and I told about the sex crime committed against me, he was going to ask his girlfriend
if it was illegal.
Which it is, because I looked it up.
Yeah.
It's very illegal.
Of course it's illegal.
But apparently she didn't want to look something like that up. So I'm thinking she's pretty tame.
Sounds fucking shitty. All right. So get pussy. He has P. Diddy. P. Diddy was our number one. 4 people had him.
That's why I didn't put him.
He's 55 years old. P. Diddy, who thinks P. Diddy's going to die?
I do.
Why? Who's killing P. Diddy?
Whoever he outs. The wrong person that he outs.
I don't think he's outing anybody. P. Diddy's, I don't think the type that's going to be spilling the beans on anyone.
Even if he's not the one who directly did it, he was the cause of it. And from what everybody says, and nobody knows if it's true or not, that there's some pretty high-powered people on those fucking lists.
Yeah, but I think when they're saying high-powered, they're talking about like Jay-Z's and Beyonce's.
And Oprah's and shit like that. You don't think Oprah, who's almost a billionaire, could have you rubbed out if she wanted to?
Do you think Oprah's at the fuck parties?
No.
Come on, that's some shit that's some shit that I'd hear from Tom. That's some shit that's
no,
on the
but
deep
what I'm
recesses
saying
on the
is,
internet. People
if
believe
you
it.
spew out people's names, whether they were part of it or not, they might say, fuck you, I wasn't there. Fuck you, bang, bang.
I think he has everything taped. I think that's the problem. So when they went in there and stole and raided his shit, I think they got all the tapes. So
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
think you need P. Diddy to get them arrested.
Well, I mean, he's no different than a Ghislaine Maxwell, but look at Epstein. He had dirt.
P. Diddy's a little bit different because P. Diddy is gangster as shit. So when he gets in that jail, he's going to be able to put together a crew probably that helps and protects him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes towards the top.
When you're gangster as shit, he's got dirt on other gangsters.
Oh, yeah.
Gangsters turn on each other all the fucking time.
True. But I don't know. He's pretty crafty with that shit. I will say that.
Dude, he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Well, as he should.
But somebody like him, can he do that? I mean, I thought R. Kelly would be dead by now, but I think P. Diddy's going to be like, dude, I can't do this cage thing. Fuck this.
I don't know. Apparently, he was on the brink of suicide at some point in his early life. Because I'm reading a book right now about Biggie, and they talk a lot about P. Diddy, obviously, because of that. So, I don't know. He might have a little mental thing going on.
How old's P. Diddy?
55. All right. Next up, Ted Turner, old as shit, 86.
Old as shit.
I don't know if anything's going on with him, but
Hey, go ahead and take Jane with you.
Yoko Ono, 92. Sure. She might die.
She's a performance artist. What did John Lennon call her? An avant-garde artist.
She's
wouldn't
she's
understand.
awful.
She's horrible.
She's awful. Awful and not attractive.
Killed the Beatles.
Killed the Beatles. Worst woman ever. Bill Cosby, 87. Speaking of horrible people.
He's unhealthy.
He's looked unhealthy for a while. Why waste your fucking time with Dick Van Dyke, who's 99 years old?
He just wants a point.
I hope he dies on December 14th, because I looked, his birthday's on December 13th, and December 14th, you don't get a point. So I hope he dies in the last
I think
December.
if somebody dies past 100, you should have to give the point back.
We have said that.
Have we?
If
You're 102, you'd lose 2,
yes,
you're negative 2.
Yes. I believe we took off points for mentioning people that are already dead, too. We took off the amount of years that
being
they've already been dead. Yeah. All right, next up we got Jerry Sandusky.
Wouldn't
81.
hurt my feelings when another pedophile goes down.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, Do you think Nathan likes Jerry Sandusky? He has a lot in common with Brendan, so I was wondering if maybe him and Sandusky, they both like basketball.
No, but Sandusky touched boys.
Yeah, that's gross. That don't make it worse or better, actually.
No, it doesn't. They're equally as bad.
Okay. Tina Louise.
This one hurts my feelings.
I don't know who the fuck it is, but she's
That's
91.
Ginger from Gilligan's Island.
Okay, see, that's why I don't know.
Now, see, back then when you were young, like me, at the time,
She was a hot.
she was smoking, but you were either a Ginger or a Marianne person.
Yeah.
I leaned towards Marianne, but it would still break my heart if she died.
I don't like when anybody tells me they have a preference on Gilligan Island girls, so fuck you.
Well, but you know what? When you're my age and people are talking about shows you like, you're going to be like, fuck you. Those were great shows.
No.
Yeah, you will.
No, I'm not attached to anything.
No, you won't be around.
Besides, true. Seinfeld. Yeah, you know who owns a piece of Seinfeld?
Larry David?
Huh? Well, yeah, Larry David, obviously. But no, what the fuck is his name? He's that white nationalist guy that, Steve Bannon.
Does he really?
Steve Bannon has points on Seinfeld. Apparently, he was a TV producer and shit before he got into all of his other shit.
Plus, back when Seinfeld started, they were taking investors, just like
I don't think he was a political guy then. So
he
was
had
just
money.
Some guy that was good on his job.
And had money.
I think he's just a producer. He was just in the movie business.
Really? But he
Yeah.
owns a piece. So that alone will make you wealthy.
Yeah. No, they were talking about how he has money and stuff like that, and he has another one too. He's like part of 2 big TV shows.
Really?
Like, what? Steve Bannon? All right, whatever.
Weird.
Buzz
Aldrin. Really old.
I didn't even know he was alive. 95. John Aston again. 94 was the dude from
Gomez.
Gomez from
Adam's Family.
Adam's Family. Yeah. And then Cher, 78. Get Pussy has a really old list outside of P. Diddy. There does seem to be maybe a sure thing or two on here, but
Cher's
I don't know
fucking like a 35 or 40-year-old guy.
Cher just showed up on that Saturday Night Live thing a couple weeks ago in that same outfit that she was wearing back in the day.
With her tits hanging out.
And still looked all right.
Yeah.
And she's dancing around her with deep voice.
Her boyfriend is literally a young black guy. When I say young, compared to her.
He's like a billionaire, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he's young.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him just fucking her real hard and taking out a hip or something, you know?
Yeah, they live in like Greece or something. I don't know. Cher's weird, but I think last year Cher was on my list, though. I think she had some kind of sicknesses and something, but it looked like she's made it through because she looked good on that Saturday Night Live.
Tits still look good.
I mean, for a 78-year-old.
Yeah.
I bet you those tits unraveled, though, are not cool.
No, because I think she gets them medically fixed every time they start to get saggy.
Oh, well, maybe even that. But I'm just saying, just outside of the barrier, outside of that outfit, I bet you it's not
It's
cool
like an orange in a tube sock.
It's just not cool looking. All right, that's Get Pussy's list. Good luck to you there, you weirdo. Next up is the hairy guy. All right, hairy guy starts off with Ariana Grande, 31. She looks like she
looks like a skeleton.
A skeleton that's about to fall out of her fucking package. Next up is Ricky Pearsall. It's that guy that shot himself or something. Or did he get shot?
No, he was a San Francisco 49er. He got shot during a robbery, and it missed everything.
Yeah, so why?
He played a month later.
Yeah, I don't know why he thinks
he's 22 or 21 years old.
Years old.
He's a fucking athlete. No, you're dumb.
Hairy guy takes some, yeah. Ric Flair, I get it.
Woo!
Abdul the Butcher, I also had him. Wrestling guy here, so he knows. Dr. Disrespect, I have no fucking clue who that is. I looked him up. He's a streamer, which you're gay for knowing, unless you're like 16. You shouldn't know professional stream. Maybe it's just not my generation.
Maybe
if you go 15 years younger than me, which I think Hairy Guy are they now streamers or now celebrities?
Yeah. Oh, ugh. Big time. Ugh. Big time.
I hate that. God, I'm old, I guess. All right, next up, Kareem.
Well, anyone can be a celebrity when you're rich. You make money, you're a celebrity. People talk about
but you still have to.
And some of these streamers are fucking making.
Yeah, but they had to get there. I mean, it's not like they just started playing. Everybody started watching them.
Like that Latino drummer that's ridiculously fast and ridiculously good. He's getting like millions of views every fucking year now. The guy's loaded with money.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was that Doechii, that rapper that just won the Grammy. She was saying that she was making big time money before she was famous just off TikToks. Yeah, because so apparently it's there, but I don't know how to fucking do it. Kareem, Diddy, Dave Bautista. I don't know why you think Bautista's gonna die.
He's a pretty healthy looking dude.
Healthy dude, still doing all the acting and stuff.
But it looks like he's still roiding.
He's still big guy.
Yeah, he's still huge.
Still big guy. Yeah. Dusty Baker, he's old as shit. But dude, he's just chilling with that fucking toothpick in his mouth, listening to Miles Davis. That guy's the man.
You can think of what you want to think, but I'm a gigantic Dusty Baker guy.
Here.
I love Dusty. I wish he would have never got fired.
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think the Reds were going to be good with him or without him, just because
I'm a
they
Dusty
are what they
guy.
are.
I hate the fact that he played as a Dodger because I hate the Dodgers, but I'm a Dusty guy. So I hope you're wrong about that.
I just love this style. He was just so laid back and just he just.
But he didn't have any problem going out and tell the umpire to go fuck himself.
Big fan. Kim Jong-un, whatever the fuck.
I almost said that one because I really think he could go at any time.
I guess he's a little chubby dude. Asians tend to live forever, and he obviously can get whatever treatment he wants because he's rich as fuck.
Yeah, but think about all the countries that are anti. He make an appearance, some fucking whack job takes him out. Who knows? But
I could see North Korea being thrown in some kind of proxy war too between like China and America. And next thing you know, we're blowing up North Korea.
Right, and it wouldn't take long to blow up the whole fucking country.
No. All right. Now we got Hairy Guy's lady, gave a list, Hairless Girl. She also has Ariana Grande.
You got to switch the thing there.
Oh, sorry. All right, yeah. She also has Ariana Grande. She also has Wendy Williams. Oh, I did look up Wendy Williams. She has Graves' disease and dementia.
Oh, really?
Dementia at 60 seems very young.
Yeah, it does.
And Graves' disease don't kill you. So I forget what it is, but it's some kind of thing with your thyroids or some shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. Joe Biden, this is the first hit for him. This one wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, he looks like he was close to death. And
89?
He's 82.
Is that all he is? 82?
Yeah, well, he's got dementia, obviously. But either way, I could see Biden dying because he just seems like the guy that once you take away his reason for living, he's been a politician his whole life.
Yeah.
This is all he knows.
Yeah.
And he tried to hang on longer than he really should have, and probably left with a bitter taste in his mouth, what he can remember. And I could just see him withering away and dying.
Maybe, but at the same time,
They keep those presidents
he's
around
amazingly wealthy.
Yeah.
He might be the guy that says, you know what, I'm going to go lay on the beach in the Riviera for a month.
Well, that's what, and
He might be that guy.
and they keep those ex-presidents alive. It seems
Oh, yeah.
like,
They
you
got Secret Service their whole life.
Jimmy Carter just died. George Bush, Herbert Walker Bush or whatever.
Well, they're
the old
figureheads.
Bush,
You know what I mean?
they're pushing him around,
Because it's like, okay, all the Dems still, where's Joe at? It's a guy. So I could see him just, honestly, I can see it the other way. His son's pardoned. I can see him just enjoying his life and going and fucking traveling and doing whatever the fuck. I think he'll be around a while.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's moving much. Next up, Elon Musk. Now, here's Elon Musk. I thought about this one too. He's 53. Obviously, he's not going to die from sickness or anything, but Elon Musk has a lot of fucking enemies.
Yeah, a lot.
And the way I see it is Donald Trump's hard to get to. All right, Donald Trump's got Secret Service, everything else around him. I would imagine Elon's not as hard to get to.
I think Elon's got his own secret.
I'm sure he does. He's a fucking the richest person in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't think Elon would be as hard to get to, so I could see someone getting to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's
Well, and both of those guys still make public appearances. We've obviously
Yeah.
seen this when two people were taking shots at Trump already, and one of them hit him.
And Elon is directly affecting a lot of people's lives and their livelihood. These people that have been working for these jobs for 30 years, are getting fired.
Hundreds of thousands of people. And that's what I don't understand about the Doge thing. We talked about this before. I am all in favor of spending money that is being spent on stupid shit.
Yeah, government downsizings.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're still taking Americans and putting them out of work.
Lots of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's no
so
easy
you're
solution
letting
there.
all these families go down the shitter. I mean, is there any way we can, instead of just getting rid of all of these things, maybe we could restructure some of them where...
I don't know. Either way, I think Elon's pissed a lot of people off, and it wouldn't surprise me if someone tried to take him out.
Yeah.
Next up, old Donnie T, again, 78. Then we got Diddy. Then we got the Pope again. We got Phil
Donnie
Collins.
T's not on there. Oh, he's at the bottom.
Donnie. Oh, yeah. It's mixed up. But yeah, Donnie T is number 5 on this list. All right, we got Diddy again, the Pope again, Phil Collins coming in at 74 years old.
That's probably going to happen.
He looks bad.
He looks bad. He's in a wheelchair now. He can't even barely function.
And apparently, according to everything I've read about him, he kind of lost his will to live as soon as he couldn't play the drums anymore.
He said he can't even hold the stick
Yeah,
anymore.
and that was his that was his love.
But it was his love. But with his son playing the drums on the last couple of tours, I think that was that made it a little easier.
That might help, yeah.
But now he's saying he literally cannot hold a drumstick anymore.
Yeah.
So.
He's pretty fucked up. He only comes out in wheelchairs and shit.
Yeah.
Phil's not looking good. Next up, and this is the first one, but there's 3 of them. People naming Clint Eastwood. He's
This would
94
break
years
my
old.
heart.
Why? Clint Eastwood's a piece of shit.
No, he's not.
I'm going to move on from Clint
He's
Eastwood.
made some of the best movies that ever were made.
So he did.
Why is he a piece of shit?
Michael Jackson made some fucking great music. They're still pieces of shit.
Clint
Ozzy
Eastwood never molested
again,
anybody.
He didn't molest me. Clint Eastwood's a piece of shit, too. All right. Bruce Willis. All right, we're on the next list. We moved on.
Who's
Hairless
the next
girl,
one?
you good luck.
Yeah, I don't think Hairless Girl is going to be smoking any free weed.
I think Hairless Girl has a really good list, actually. I
It's
think
got a good list, totaling of about 18 points if they all die.
Well, Ariana Grande is a little
Well,
young.
that's
You got a couple young ones, but Diddy's young. Elon's young. Actually, there's some young ones, but her list is just as good as anyone else's, I guess. Let's go up to Kiffney. Kiffney out there in North Carolina. All right, number 1, she's got Bruce Willis. Then she has Clint Eastwood. Next, Celine Dion in first.
She's looking rough.
Well, she's got stiff man's disease.
And she's as skinny as Ariana is.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
she always was, though.
She is dying. Celine Dion is dying. It's just a matter of when. I think she's still a little
But
bit
when she does die, the heart will go on.
Mine will. I'll be fine.
Titanic movie from
No,
the song.
I get your fucking reference.
I'm out.
See you, dude. All right, next up is Robert Duvall. I feel like him and Gene Hackman are kind of the same person. So with Hackman
Love
gone,
Duvall.
Duvall's probably gone too.
Love Duvall.
He is 94 though, so who gives a shit?
That's pretty old.
Ric Flair, whatever. Patrick Stewart of Star Trek fame. Trek fame. Track. I always say track.
Trek.
I always say track.
I was never a Trekkie, so.
Well, why would you be?
I don't know.
You've touched vaginas. That usually
Yeah.
disqualifies you. King Charles, 76 years old. Looks fucking dumb. This one, her and her husband both had this on the list, which throws me off, is Triple H. Triple H is 55.
And healthy as a horse, it looks like.
He had some heart problems a couple years ago.
Yeah,
he had some heart problems a couple years ago, so maybe that's what they're looking at. He's got a lot of pressure on him right now. They've moved to Netflix, and he is in charge now. He's
the one thing that I will say is, and I always wondered for years and years why, all these people always put wrestlers on there. Those steroids really fuck your body up.
It's not good for you, dude.
No, and
they live hard.
They live
lives.
hard. They're on roids. Their fucking organs are fucking screaming for help the whole time.
It's not just the roids, too. Most of them are alcoholics. Most of them are pill heads. Most of them are on roids. Most of them don't sleep. They travel fucking nonstop, so they're never really home, never getting, they're fucking millions of different nasty chicks. I mean, they live hard lives, especially back in the day. I think it's lighting up a little bit nowadays. But these guys that have been around forever, and they did that shit for 30 years straight.
Well, what I'm saying is you add these hard lives they're living on top of the amount of roids
and the roids is what's usually blowing up their heart.
Yeah.
But there's,
Yeah, so I like Triple H. He was my guy when I liked wrestling. I was a Triple H guy.
I'm still a Triple H guy. Triple H has saved wrestling, kind of. It was kind of going down the drain with McMahon getting really old.
I saw an interview with him where I was watching this interview and I was laughing. I'm like, that's the dude I could have a beer with. You know what I mean? So
now Triple H he wouldn't have a beer with you. Triple H has always been the straight edge one.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that's the kind of guy that
he's a cool guy. Yeah, no, he's a ball buster. He's a fun guy. But that's one thing that is different about Triple H compared to the other ones.
He doesn't party.
He wasn't a party. He'd hang out with the partiers. He was still cool with everybody, but he didn't actually
partake.
He didn't do drugs or anything. He kept his shit pretty straight. So next up, Frankie Valli, 90 years old. Apparently, I've seen some recent concerts of his, and he's not...
Where he's not even moving his lips. He's supposed to be lip syncing, and he just stands there and goes...
I can't believe they're still touring. I can't believe places are still booking him. I believe he's coming to your casino soon.
He's going to a casino.
I think it's theirs. I'm not sure.
But yeah, they showed a thing and said... He's literally going...
Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
Grease is the word. He's not even trying to move his lips. He's not even trying to move his lips to the song. I think if he puts the mic right up to his mouth,
no one will notice. He can't see 5 feet, so he figures no one else can either. All right, next up is Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus is old.
He's 85 years old. Yeah, he could bite the dust anytime.
He's taking a beating.
All right, Jimmy. Harvey Weinstein, we've already got. Tim Curry, we've already got. Bruce Willis, already got. Triple H, talked about. James Vanderbeek.
What's wrong
48 years old. He has stage 3 colon cancer.
Does he really?
Yeah. No, stage 3 isn't stage 5. He has a shot, right?
Stage 4 is the worst.
4 is the worst? Okay.
Yeah.
They should go to 5.
Yeah, why? Then they'll say they should go to 6.
No, 5's a good number.
No, stage 3 is treatable. I'd hate to see Mox take a dive.
Is that what he played on that show?
Varsity Blues.
Oh, it was from Varsity Blues. See, he was famous for
Dawson's
Creek, right? Yeah. I never really liked him in anything.
I liked Varsity Blues. I thought that was a perfect cast. Right, him, Paul Walker, and Scott Conn.
I never liked the way his head looked. His hair.
He had a big head.
Head. I never was a James Vanderbeek.
So you never liked Luke Perry either. Same head.
No. He was in a movie that was based on a book I watched. I think it's Rules of Attraction or something like that, by the same guy that wrote American Psycho. And I was really, really looking forward to seeing it. And then he got the role, and then I watched a movie, and he ruined it. Every time I just see his head and go, ugh.
He's got what, colon cancer, you said?
Colon cancer. His butthole's rotting out. All right, Dave Collier also has him. Collier, whatever the fuck you...
Coulier?
Whatever his fucking stupid name is. Phil Robertson, Elton John. Me and Jimmy, a very similar list. He has old Billy Clinton on here at 78 years old. Billy looks like he's about to die, but I think that's just because he became a late-stage vegan.
If I was Hillary, I'd say, if I was married to Hillary, I'd say, go ahead and take me anytime.
He's married to her, but outside of like public events, you think they really have anything to do with each other?
You think she does reverse cowgirl on him ever?
Do you think he'd want it?
Oh, yeah.
You think still at this age he'd be fucking Hillary?
Oh, Bill's a perv, man.
Even Hillary?
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I would, but whatever. And then Joe Biden. So he also thinks Biden's going to kick it. Here's our last contestant. We got our boy Scott Van Pelt, famous Sports Center guy. He writes in once a year. It's pretty nice of him to compete in our death poll, even though he's obviously got a lot going on in his life. All right, he has Brian May, who is Queen's guitarist. He had a stroke at the end of last year.
Yeah.
I just read, though, he's recovering decent. His arms are moving again. Jack Nicholson, he's old as shit. He don't really show up much anymore. He showed up for that Saturday Night Live thing. He still looks the same to me. He's looked for a while.
Well, he's looking older. But
I mean, he's old, but he's looked old for fucking 15, 20 years now.
Another spelling error on the next one.
William Dafoe.
His name's not William. It's Willem. Willem.
Whatever, dude. That's what you get for having some fucking faggy name. I ain't interested. All right, Dafoe, 59 years old,
good movies.
or 69 years old. Great actor. I seen that name and I was like, maybe something's wrong with him. So I looked it up. Not only is there nothing wrong with the guy, but apparently he works out 3 hours a day.
Oh, yeah,
he
ripped.
is like a complete health freak.
Yeah.
He won't eat anything but natural shit. Does like ridiculous amounts of yoga. Just is a health freak. I think this
Rose
dude,
to fame in Platoon.
and we all know the dude's part vampire.
Yeah.
He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know what fucking Scott Van Pelt's thinking about, but
Raymond Floyd, the
it is
golfer.
what it is.
He's old.
Raymond Floyd is 82 years old. He's old. P. Diddy, again, 55. Casey Anthony, 38. Casey has came back in the spotlight recently. I don't know if you've seen. She's came out of her hole and now is a social media presence where she is trying to help people that are going through traumas and such, like, killing their daughter or something.
We always do this thing where, hey, this is a death pool. It's for fun. We don't wish death upon anybody. That one wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me much
She
either.
killed her child, stuck her in a trunk because she was an inconvenience. That one would not bother me at all. I wouldn't shed one fucking tear if that bitch died.
And why does this lady think anyone wants to sign onto a social media and listen to her opinion? And listen to her opinion about tariffs.
Yeah.
She's talking politics and stuff. It's like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, she went into
way.
hiding for a long time because she had a fucking big fucking target on her.
If she was smart, she would have made an OnlyFans, showed her butthole, made a couple $1 million, and then disappeared forever.
Yeah, that one wouldn't bother me at all.
Mitch McConnell, old as shit. He finally said he's not going to run again, so that tells me that he probably is very close to death.
Did he really put Trippie Redd? What's he, 20?
I don't know who Trippie Redd is.
He's a ginger rapper. Black guy, but he's got red hair.
Trippie Redd, he said it's this token gang rapper that gets popped. So he does usually put one of these guys every year.
He does.
He's 25 years old. Again, I didn't know who Trippie Redd was. I guess he knows because
he's got fucking red hair.
Yeah. Well, Scott has teenage kids, so maybe they listen. Maybe they're Trippie Redd fans at the fucking Scott Van Pelt house. All right, next up, he has Charlie Sheen. He's had the AIDS for a while, but we all know AIDS don't kill anybody anymore. So he's probably going to live forever. And then old Mean Joe Green is our last entry into the death pool.
I'm a football fan.
78 years old.
And I loved watching Mean Joe Green play. But when it comes down to it, Pittsburgh Steeler. You know what I mean? I hate the Steelers. I fucking absolutely despise everyone who ever was a Steeler.
Yeah.
Just because they're the nemesis of my team. But
Mean
Joe Green.
I had no problem with him.
Mean Joe Green was
before
ridiculously good defensive lineman.
Yeah, he was before me, so I never really watched him. I heard a lot about him, and obviously you hear about the steel curtain and everything.
And his real famous Coke commercial, which you ever see the Coke commercial?
I don't know.
He's walking, drinking a Coke, or walking off the field. He's got this little kid walks up and hands him a Coke, and he said, "Hey, thanks, kid," and throws him his jersey. And that made him an overnight. Hey, what a great guy.
Was he the guy in Police Academy?
No, that was Bubba Smith.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there was a big old football player on
Mean
Police
Joe
Academy.
Green was a giant dude with a big long beard.
Black guy?
Yeah, black guy.
Yeah.
But just a fucking insane pass rusher. And that's when football was different. That's when they tackled you, and when you were on the ground, they stuck their fingers in your fucking eyes. You know what I mean?
They're horrible people back then.
Yeah, and Mean Joe Green was as good as any of them. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous football
He gave one of the best oil checks in the league, I heard.
Did he really?
I don't know. It just seemed like you're going to stick your hand in someone's eye. You might as well stick it up their butt.
Mean Joe Green was a monster, man.
All right, guys, that is our 2025 death pool. May I wish death on everyone. Until then.
Someone's gonna die. Will it be? We don't know, so we gotta keep score for a whole year, and then I hope you die, so I can win a cheap bottle of liquor and get real drunk.
So you can, in theory, win a cheap bottle of liquor and die.
In theory. See, I knew this was coming. That's the main.
You know what?
I don't blame you.
If it was the case with you, you'd been doing the same thing.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Let's do that. So you can, in theory, win a cheap bottle of liquor and someone will die.
See, well, I'm not asking Adam to change anything. But either way, that's you're not wrong.
All right, so we're pushing in our time here, but I want to do asshole of the week.
Okay.
Very important to me.
Very, very important to get the asshole out of the way. If I can remember where the assholes are.
Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week.
Yo.
And for all those that have reached out and asked how my mental health is after my my sexual trauma with the movie.
Oh, they have reached out? It's nice of them.
People have said, you know what, at least 5 people have come saying, dude, I want to see that movie.
Ew. Who are these people?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they want to watch to get aroused. One girl and a couple of dudes.
What girl?
I'm not going to say on here. Not on here.
Come on. I don't work there anymore. Fuck them.
But I asked the guy, the bodybuilder guy, I'm like, dude, be honest with me. How many fucking movies of me do you have?
This is chapter 4.
He goes, it's been up twice. It's been up the last 2 times I was there. And I said, dude, really, how much footage do you have? He said, well, the first time you were here about an hour, and you were here about an hour and 15 minutes the second time. So I got 2 hours and 15 minutes of me.
Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, though, I was like, you got all of it? Well, yeah. He goes, but it's only for us, man. He keeps trying to tell me over and over, this will never go anywhere. It's just on our computer.
It's the point, dude. You got to ask.
That's what I said.
I understand what you're saying, but you got to at least ask.
But see, because this one, this one really turns me on. There's some freaky shit on those fucking tapes. You know what I mean? There's some butt eating going on, and there's, some hair pulling and no choking. She wants to choking, but I won't choke. I'm scared of that.
And you're not going to live up to that guy.
No.
He's a much better choker, I imagine.
Yeah, but I'll never choke.
You probably won't. Your muscles are probably too big on her neck. You probably couldn't even get them. You don't got big hands.
But yeah, so there's 2 hours and 15 minutes roughly of crisp porn.
Ew.
That I hope never sees the light. I agree with you. Ew.
And those 5 people, I don't. Ew. Fucking wash your hands. Do something.
Put it this way: if someone secretly recorded you fucking, I'd want to watch it. I wouldn't get turned on just for kicks.
Comedy version.
Yeah, and that's probably the reason that anybody wants to see mine.
See, okay, if it was a different angle, maybe. But you've already told me the angle. I don't want to see your butt going back and forth.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all they're going to see.
But see, the thing
what if it's
about
the whole thing? I mean,
but
I'm sure you guys switch
during
positions.
that hour, I was in a million different positions. You know what I mean? I was standing there getting my balls sucked. I mean, so there's times I was probably looking at the fucking thing.
Oh, teddy bear. That's a nice.
But I mean, I'd watch any of my friends
in
in porn just for laughing.
I guess not me.
All right, but my asshole of the week.
Not interested.
Anthony Edwards. Now,
Anthony Edwards, basketball player, very good player on the Minnesota Timberwolves, I believe.
Yeah, he's a Minnesota T-Wolf. And, it's funny because he kind of took the league by storm last year. Yep. And everyone said, this is the next Kobe. This is, this guy.
He's very Kobe-like in the way he plays.
Yeah, and this is the next Kobe. He's going to be around, blah, blah, blah. And if you look at him, and don't take this wrong, he's not the least bit thuggish or anything. He's a normal-looking, kind of a nerdy-looking guy.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, just a guy. Yeah. He's just a guy.
But he's
not like an Iverson where he's like, edgy and things like that. He just looks like a normal player.
Yeah, he's cocky. He talks some shit. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
He's got a 4-month-old daughter. He knocked up one of his girls.
He's got quite a few kids.
He's got but this particular one, she's 4 months old. She's a healthy little beautiful baby. And he made headlines recently when not only did he tell this woman, I'm not giving you any fucking money for this child. Mm-hmm. I want a legal document stating that I don't ever have to see her, that I'm never going to have custody. You can't force custody upon me if you die. I don't want anything to do with this kid, and I'm not going to give him any money. Man, if you're not the world's biggest fucking asshole,
you're doing person.
That. You're a horrible person.
He's a horrible person, yeah.
And he's my asshole of the week, and I'm sure a lot of you are saying the exact same fucking thing as me.
No, he's a fun basketball player to watch, but he's not a good guy.
Oh, my God.
Here's the thing, too. With something like that, okay, we know deadbeat dads. We know shit that happens like that. And, we know some people that have maybe 4 or 5 kids with different girls and stuff, and they're not really worth a lot of money. So, they're... That literally makes them almost not be able. And don't get me wrong; it's still their fucking fault, and they should pay every dime of it. But I understand that their life is going to be very, very, very hard to take care of these kids and do their life. It's on them. They got themselves in that situation. But still, I understand that it's hard. It wouldn't be hard for this fella. He's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's not going to miss those dollars. So now you take the money out of the equation. What do you mean you don't want to see your kid? You're just a horrible person. I mean,
and
like,
he even wanted it in the statement. If something happens to you, she can't come to me.
yeah, that's crazy to me.
Oh my God.
That's
Are you the
crazy to
worst
me.
person on the fucking planet?
I could be the poorest person on the planet. I'm doing everything I can to afford what I got to afford to see my kid.
For
You know
your
what I mean?
kid.
But
And he's saying, I don't ever want to lay eyes on this kid. And this is a 4-month-old, beautiful little baby girl
yeah,
who, did nothing wrong. But her dad says, hey, if you die, I don't want that kid.
now, and I can understand. I don't know his situation, but let's say this girl said she was.
I know he's a millionaire.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, I'm saying, let's say this girl said she was on the pill, lied to him, he did that, and then she got pregnant, and then he said, all right, well, I'll pay for your abortion. We need to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be, Okay, I get being mad. But in the end, as soon as that baby's born, that's your baby, dude.
Yeah.
Like, regardless, take your responsibility. And why wouldn't you want to be, why wouldn't you want to be a dad? You can afford it. Like, that's the hardest part of being a father is financially having to support everybody. If you take that out of the equation, you only got the fun parts of being a dad.
And the thing about it is, the two reasons why I disagree with what you just said is I think when you're a famous athlete, if some girl says to you, I'm on the pill, whatever, you don't believe her. You put the rubber on.
I'm with you.
It's on you.
I'm just saying in a regular everyday situation, I can understand being angry that the chick had the kid after, tricking him and then, not getting the abortion. But then again, you got to take that responsibility. When you fuck a chick, not every chick's going to be into abortion.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very against that
And
stuff.
at very least, even if you're pissed off at her and you say, no, this is not right, you say, look, I'm going to give you a couple $100,000 to take care of the baby.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I could even understand that a little bit. But to say, I ain't giving you a fucking penny, well, guess what, Tony? You don't have a choice when she takes you to court. You're going to play through the fucking nose.
No, yeah, I can understand. Yeah, okay, you don't want to have anything to do with the baby's life, so you at least financially support it.
Right.
But
here's some money. Take care of her.
I don't know, man. There's no excuses for
None. That's
I don't
the
see
biggest
any
asshole
excuses.
ever, dude.
And apparently this isn't like a one-time thing with him either. Apparently he's a shit
Yeah.
father or not father to a
But I
decent
mean,
amount
to
of kids.
ask for a legal document saying I can't ever get stuck with this kid.
He should probably hook up with Casey Anthony because she'd be up for an abortion.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? She has no problem killing kids. She's
No.
still attractive down there. She's a little old for him, but still, go come dumpster her.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about the kids.
And then you can both get some carbon monoxide shit going and fucking die.
Yeah, strangling away around.
It's been so long since I heard a piece of shit like that. And, fuck you.
Yeah, I do agree. Fuck you. Asshole of the week. I don't really have one, so let's just.
Before we go, it's Lent right now. For all you Catholic listeners out there, I heard a Catholic joke the other day. I cannot say who told it to me. I'll tell you when we're done.
We got a joke of the week?
It's not hilarious, but if you're Catholic, it's kind of funny.
All right. Well, let's we still got the joke of the week music somewhere. I'm not even sure.
It's not dirty. It's not funny. But when I heard this person tell me this joke, I giggled a little. I said, I'm Catholic. I get it. It's kind of funny.
Man, I don't think we have the joke of the week anymore. Huh?
Joke of the week.
That sucks.
Joke of the week.
We just haven't used it in forever, though, have we?
I thought we still had it. There it is. Joke.
Oh, we do got it. Yeah, that guy.
Joke of the week.
This joke of the week, like I said, it is not the normal joke you'll ever hear from me. Okay, this is nobody's getting butt fucked or anything like that. Nobody's dying. But it's Lent. It's Catholic. I had to see people all Wednesday covered in ashes and all that stuff.
Well, they're kind of disappearing. You only see like 3 people nowadays.
Yeah. So when this person told me the joke, told us all this joke, I actually laughed because I thought it was funny. Judas is in charge of the Last Supper. Okay. And he calls up the restaurant to make reservations. And he said, I need to make reservations for Jesus Christ for 26 people. The guy at the restaurant says, 26 people? There's 12 apostles and Jesus. There's only 13 of you. And he said, yeah, but we all like to sit on the same side of the table.
I can't believe I wasted a fucking song on that. I hate
If you're
you.
Catholic, that's funny.
Hey, if
we've
you're
all seen the Last Supper picture. They're all on the same side.
You're right. You're right.
It's a funny joke.
Yeah, if you're Catholic, go fuck yourself.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now.